Aloha everyone, Michael here. Today I'm going to talk about how to organize one's thoughts. When we are experiencing anything in our reality, we more often than not use our eyes, which are organs. We then receive the raw data and begin processing that information using our organ eyes. So the process of thinking is taking information, mixing it with our emotions, and using as many of our senses as possible to make sense out of the raw data. So we are conditioned to think that we are supposed to only believe what we see and always do what we're told. So I often talk about this type of conditioning. And when we know anything, we base that on how we feel. So if we seek truth, we will receive information through all of our senses, and then we can take those thoughts that pop into our minds and organize them in a way that we can understand them. Because when we have those, let's say, disturbing thoughts, do we like thinking them? Maybe, maybe not. Now, if you are like myself, I have OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. So I will very often perseverate on something and replay a thought over and over and over and over and over again. And and it can cause me to feel very anxious. So I use my ADHD, attention deficit disorder, okay, um, to my advantage. And what I do is I am able to focus on what I want to learn, what I am researching. So if I'm feeling anxious, then I think about what it is that's occurring. I think about the emotions and those extrasensory perceptual feelings. And I use I use my imagination to make sense out of all of this raw data. And I transform it into usable information that we can call knowledge. And then I assess how I feel during that process. So I always pay attention to how I am currently feeling. This way, I can determine if there are certain thoughts that are going to benefit my well being during this process. If you understand how anxiety works and how fear is actually a useful tool to assess what is occurring, you can use those feelings as navigational guides, and you can readjust your perceptual lens by changing your point of view. And when you do that, you're taking your mind and you're actually placing it in a new position that will allow you to order new thoughts from a different menu. So, each of us has the ability to organize our thoughts in a way that makes sense to us. And the most efficient way and effective way to do that is to feel everything. So, with that, I will leave you with a very pleasant namaste.